car hit him, but he was unharmed. In the ruins of a church, a scavenger found the legendary Spear of Destiny. He held it in both hands, as if summoned. Then he walked in a direction without regard for his companions. Suddenly a car hit him, but he was unharmed. Then he continued to run in the same direction. On this day, Constantine was having an exorcism in an apartment. His partner, Hennessy, was having trouble in the apartment. As he went to check it out, suddenly, a strange face came at him. Constantine punched him right back. Then he trapped the demon in the mirror and threw it out the window. Before leaving, he told Hennessy to keep listening to the news from hell. In addition to Hennessy, he had a partner, Beeman, who supplied him with all sorts of exorcisms. On the other hand, Angela's sister woke up in her hospital bed. She jumped down from the top floor, and Angela, as if by telepathy, she woke up from her sleep. After dawn, she received the news of her sister's death. She came to the scene to examine her sister's body. The next day, Constantine and Angela went to the church. Angela asked the priest to give her sister a funeral, but the priest refused her on the spot. On the other hand, Constantine met with the angel Gabriel. He hoped that he could enter heaven after his death, but he was rejected. It turns out that Constantine's constant exorcisms, he was trying to increase his leverage to enter heaven. But what God needs is devotion and faith, because Gabriel said what was in his heart. Constantine turned away in anger. On his way home, suddenly a demon attacked him. He threatened to stay out of their business, but Constantine didn't want to listen and dispersed him. When he got home, Angela came to the door. She sensed a clue left by her sister. She came to Constantine for help, but Constantine refused, not wanting to cause trouble. But when he saw the demon pursuing Angela, he followed Angela to warn her, but she didn't believe in demons. That's when Angela got the call to the police. The two of them went to the store together. They saw Hennessy dead. Constantine looks at his friend and blames himself. He also found the clues that Hennessy had left behind. Then they went to the room where his sister had committed suicide. They found a hidden mark on the glass of the window, and according to the mark, Beeman found the meaning of the symbols. The son of Satan was tired of his father's constraints. He wanted to come down to earth with the power of God. That's when it happened. Beeman suddenly hung up the phone. Constantine realized something was wrong. When he arrived, it was too late. Angela found Balthazar's coin at the scene. Constantine was furious. He grabbed his weapon and went after Balthazar. But what awaited him was a much bigger plot. He's the last person any demon would want to mess with. He's worse than a demon. Constantine knocked Balthazar off his feet with a single punch. Under Constantine's threat, he finally told the truth. Balthazar laughed out loud before he left. His real target was actually Angela. With a loud bang, Angela was sucked away in an instant. In order to find out the truth, Constantine found John again. He borrowed the legendary chair. Constantine saw the whole thing. Then he tried to save Angela first. But getting Angela out wasn't easy. The scene of the coming of the son of Satan, a large number of demons gathered. After a fierce battle, Constantine finally saw Angela. He and his assistant worked a spell to calm Angela down. Then the proud assistant was suddenly thrown by a mysterious force. He saw his new assistant killed. Constantine was enraged. He used the magic in his hand to forcefully summon Gabriel. Gabriel stepped on Constantine. It was then that Constantine realized Gabriel had betrayed God. He was going to help the son of Satan come to earth. He threw Constantine out the door and prepared to use the spear of God to release the son of Satan. Constantine collapsed on the floor, feeling physically and mentally exhausted. He prayed to God, but God wasn't going to help. Suddenly, a light flashed in his head. He grabbed a piece of broken glass from the floor and stabbed it into his wrist. Just as God's spear was about to pierce Angela, Lucifer, the king of hell, descended. He sat down in front of Constantine, because he wanted him to take Constantine back to hell himself. But when he learned that his son was coming, Satan rushed to stop it. And when he saw the king of hell, Gabriel threw a punch. But God-forsaken Gabriel was no match for him. Lucifer threw his hand. Lucifer threw the demon back into hell. Satan dragged Constantine to hell. But Constantine's feet seemed to weigh 1,000 pounds. No matter how much Lucifer pulled, he couldn't move. In a flash, He realized Constantine was willing to die to save Angela. God was going to take him back to heaven, and Constantine taunted him in triumph. Constantine was about to be taken from him. Lucius ruled Constantine well, because he couldn't stand the thought of losing the man he loved to heaven. At night Constantine looked down on the city. He had Angela hide the spear of destiny where no one would ever know.